Welcome to Landmark Sports Show, broadcasting to you live from Landmark High School, a special Monday episode with Ant and John. Leading off, we have some MMA action, Belfort Gastelum from this Saturday night. Ant, what'd you think?
I won my bet,
You won it.
and now Mr. Lucas over here owes me a homework pass.
That's right. Won it fair and square.
Yep. So Vitor Belfort versus Kelvin Gastelum. That fight ended in the first round. Kelvin Gastelum looking quick. He looked great. He defeated Vitor Belfort by TKO at 3 minutes 48 seconds of the first round. He hit him with hard shots, and eventually Belfort went down.
Yeah, actually, I caught some of this, and I didn't catch it live, but I caught up with it on Sunday, and I'm becoming quite the MMA fan. Ant's got me into this MMA stuff. So I was a little disappointed to see my boy Belfort go down. It seemed like Gastelum just was relentless, right? He just attacked him, like Ant said. He just was all over him. You know, Belfort, I think, was a little slow to protect himself. He had no attack, and it was just, the ref had to stop it because it was really getting dangerous, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you're 39 years old and when you're not using TRT.
What's the other thing?
That's like a supplement.
Oh, that's the steroid he was on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you go off the juice, and then you get weak and you get beat up. So that was my bad, my mistake. I should know better than to pick against Ant in MMA. Anything else from like the undercards with that one? Any good fights or
Not
really?
really.
Kind of a slow weekend.
Yeah, kind of, basically.
All right. What do we got coming up, UFC wise?
I think the next event is UFC 210. Cormier versus Johnson, the rematch.
Okay. When's that? Do you know?
April 8th.
Oh, that's coming up. March is flying by. We're almost there.
Yeah, exactly. And the funny thing is, on April 8th, starting on April 10th, that's our spring break.
Oh yeah, that's right. Let's get some time off. Some much needed time off for Ant and myself.
Yeah, we've had busy weeks.
It has been busy.
All right, let's talk about some other UFC updates. This is a fight that I think is going to be very good. The former UFC lightweight champion, my boy Eddie Alvarez, is going to be fighting Dustin Poirier. I think that's going to be a great fight.
When are they fighting?
UFC 211 in May. That's the
Okay.
Dallas card.
Oh, nice.
That card is looking stacked.
Yeah, who else is on that one?
You have Stipe Miocic versus Junior Dos Santos, the rematch. Joanna Jędrzejczyk versus Jessica Andrade. I think that's her name. Yeah. You have Damian Maia versus Jorge Masvidal. You have a lot of fights on that card. That card is stacked.
Yeah, I feel like UFC needs a card like that. Like I know checking in, like we check in every week, and a lot of these recent fights you've been saying have been kind of snooze fest.
I mean, the
right?
problem is UFC. They used their main top fighters for UFC 205 for Madison Square Garden, but now UFC's picking it up. UFC 211. That's a stacked card right there.
When do you think our boy Jimmy Rivera is going to get another shot?
Well, Jimmy, we don't know what it's gonna happen yet, but I think he needs to fight Rafael Assunção already. If he beats Assunção, there's no doubt he is gonna get a title shot. So
What's Assunção ranked?
he's ranked number 3 actually.
Okay, so if he beats him, he should get a shot at the champ.
Yeah, I feel like in any division, if you beat a fighter in the top 3, then you've earned the title shot.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with that.
Yeah, I mean, Anthony Rumble Johnson said it himself. You need to beat somebody in the top 3, and then you can say you've earned the title shot.
That's my man. That's the guy he was a big puncher, right? Anthony Rumble Johnson.
The scariest guy in the UFC. I would not want to mess with him in a fight.
My second favorite UFC fighter behind Jimmy Rivera.
That's a scary dude right there.
Yeah,
He is. He can knock pretty much everybody out.
nice. Any other MMA updates before we get to something we promised the fans?
Any other MMA updates? Well, I could say that the UFC tried booking Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Tony Ferguson for UFC 210, but they failed.
Really?
They have failed.
What happened?
I'm not sure exactly what happened. I think that Khabib is still not ready to fight yet.
Was he? He's coming off injury, or
Sorry, he's injured. So that's unfortunate. There's actually rumors that he might have to retire early.
Really?
So he might have a medical condition.
How old is he?
28.
Oh man, that's young.
Yeah, I mean,
That'd
But-
be a shame.
Tony Ferguson, I think I know who he should fight next.
Who's that?
Conor McGregor for the lightweight title.
Really?
Yeah,
He give him a good fight, you think?
yeah, of course. I mean, Tony Ferguson, he's a great fighter. He's put on Fight of the Night many times. Tony Ferguson, I think he's earned the title shot already.
Yeah. I wonder when it's gonna happen with McGregor. Like, you look at like Ronda Rousey, right? And she was the best, and then she started doing like movies, and she became sort of like Hollywood, right? And
Yeah.
then this happened with Mike Tyson. It was before your time, but like he got huge, and then he kind of got a little complacent, and he got knocked out.
Yeah.
So I wonder. I'm curious to see if that's gonna happen with McGregor. Like now he's like Hollywood, he's big time.
Yeah.
If he's gonna still be in the gym working out as much as he's always been, if he's gonna have that edge.
You know, the thing is, too, you have to look at this. Conor, he's a main star all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
So, I see Conor having like maybe 2 more years left in the UFC, and then I think he's going to retire from MMA.
Yeah, he just won't want to get beat up anymore.
I don't see him staying in UFC much longer. I don't know if he'll retire from MMA in general, but I don't see him staying with UFC for more than 2 years.
What do you think he'll do? Do like acting or something like that? Like,
Yeah, I see him doing acting. I mean, you look at this in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, he was in the game.
Yeah, yeah. Well, acting's certainly easier on your body than MMA, right?
Yeah, but the thing with McGregor, he could just knock anybody out easily.
Yeah, yeah. There's still talk about McGregor Mayweather, right? Did you see Mayweather called McGregor out the other day?
Yeah,
I think there's a lot of hype up, but we'll see.
yeah. Honestly, I really don't care about that fight. It's just about the money
Yeah,
for both guys.
yeah. They're just trying to get as much money as they possibly can.
Yeah, because on the inside, I think they have a lot of respect for each other.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
I think they're just doing this to hype up a fight
Yeah,
eventually.
yeah. I think you're right.
Excuse me.
Yeah, so,
So we promised the fans something last week, and we want to deliver. So Ant's been working on his action. I got to be honest. He just gave me a little preview before. I don't have a lot of action to myself. Ant is really the action man here. So I'm just gonna play the unsuspecting MMA fighter that got himself into a bad situation, and Ant's gonna show you guys how. How you can finish off your opponent when you get them down.
All
So
right.
I'm gonna take this out of my ear so we don't get anybody hurt here.
All
Ant,
right.
Ant has promised not to hurt me.
I promise I won't hurt him, but yeah, so let's say you knock down your opponent, but you can't finish it by TKO. So, if the guy has himself open, this is what you can
So
do.
here I am. I'm open.
So,
I'm woozy.
so here he goes. All right. So you see how he leaves his head open? So you can go for 2 submission moves that I really love to go for. One, the rear naked choke. So you have your opponent's arm, you have your opponent's back, and you have your arm right here to choke him. And then you have your other arm right here so that he can't get out. And here's the other submission that I think might be my favorite. Actually, no, that's my second favorite. So you have your opponent down right here. And this is a move called the guillotine choke, where you have your opponent's head right here and you have your hands right here. And you're just going to squeeze down until he taps out.
So those are the 2 moves of action that Ant brought. Which one's your favorite? Guillotine.
Yeah, I would say the rear naked choke is my first favorite, and then the guillotine is my second favorite.
Both very effective, right?
Yeah, they're both very, very, very effective.
Are there people that can get out of those moves? So like when you had me in that move, I felt like there was nothing I could really do to get out of it. Are people able to escape?
Ask Stephen Wonderboy Thompson from UFC 205.
Yeah, he escaped.
He escaped the guillotine choke, and I was in tight. He had that lock. Tyron Woodley had it locked in for a good solid minute.
Really?
And Thompson was able to get out of it.
Uh-huh.
Because he told himself, this is for the championship, and all these people came out to watch him. He's not tapping out.
Wow, that's serious.
Yeah.
So that was our action. Maybe we'll make this a regular segment. Once in a while, we'll bring to you some demonstrations. Maybe next time we'll bring somebody else in to get beat up.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll get somebody else to get beat up. Don't worry. All right. Moving on, NBA updates.
So the NBA is kind of like, I feel like they're in a little bit of a lull right now. We're getting close to playoff time. There hasn't been a whole lot going on. I'm a little bit interested. I've been watching the Heat a little bit more, watching them in the standings. You realize they started off the year 11-30, and now they've won 24 of their last 27, I think, something like that. They've won 20. They're like 24-3.
Yeah.
They're playing really, really well. They're a half game out of the playoffs now. It's a team that over the last 2 years they've lost Chris Bosh to injury, LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. And,
Yeah.
Somehow Pat Riley still puts a team out there that's been competitive, and Deion Waiters has really been doing a great job. And I don't know, my Sixers, they're awful this year again. So
But they're playing way better this year than
they
did
are.
last year.
They're improving. So next year, I'm hoping that they're going to be good. But for now, I got my eye on the Heat because I'm interested to see maybe they get that first round matchup against LeBron, because I'd love to see them scare LeBron a little bit.
Yeah, that would be good. I mean, NBA, not really whole much has happened
No.
since we started talking about it. I mean, I'm not one that usually watches NBA a lot because, I feel, in my opinion, basketball, everybody talks about it. Like, everybody here in school, and, it gets a little annoying, but they just love the sport of basketball. So,
Yeah, it's very popular around our school.
yeah. But, yeah, so San Antonio, they're looking great as usual, even without Tim Duncan.
Yep, absolutely.
Boston, they just won yesterday, I think, to Chicago.
Yeah, and they also beat the Warriors last week.
They
they're
beat the
rolling.
Warriors.
Isaiah Thomas is amazing.
Yeah.
They say he's like listed at 5'8" or 5'9",
Yeah.
and people say he's not even that tall. He's like Allen Iverson come back.
Wow.
So he's fun to watch. There's some exciting players in the NBA that kind of keep it interesting.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of like not paying a whole lot of attention. Once the playoffs hit, I'll be much more into
Yeah,
it.
exactly. That's when a lot of people focus more on basketball. All right. Nothing else from NBA, but folks, let's move on to the NFL actually, because we have news for you.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you start off first about your team?
It's been a busy week for both Ant and my team. A lot of wide receiver action. So last week, on I believe the first day of free agency, Giants picked up Brandon Marshall. I don't have anything bad to say about that. I think Brandon Marshall's great. I think that earlier in his career, he's a little bit of like a head case, but I think he's matured a lot. So I'm going to let Ant talk about that. But I don't have anything bad to say about that. I think it's a great signing by the Giants.
Yeah.
Then the Eagles, not to be outdone, signed Torrey Smith, who I think is a good player. He was with the 49ers the last couple of years. And, I mean, who can really blame a wide receiver for underperforming with the 49ers? You had Kaepernick, you had Chip Kelly, who's just awful.
Yeah, man. I mean, I remember Chip Kelly was on your team.
Yeah,
I felt bad.
I remember that, too.
Yeah,
he made me feel bad, too.
Kaepernick, I mean, he's just a terrible player.
Yeah, he's awful. And I forget the other guy's name that was there. He was from Missouri. I don't remember his name, but he's also terrible.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to say that, like, I'm expecting the Torrey Smith that was with the Ravens a few years ago, as opposed to the Torrey Smith that's been with the Niners. And then Alshon Jeffrey, who I told my dad I do not want the Eagles to sign him. I do not want the Eagles to sign him. But then when they signed him, and it was only a one-year deal, I'm always okay with any one-year deal because there's very little risk. Like, my concern with Alshon is he's going to be hurt. On a one-year deal, if he gets hurt, we don't want it to happen, but then he's not back the next year.
Yeah.
But I think that he's a dynamic player. He's the kind of wide receiver they need. I'm excited because they obviously realize they need to put weapons around Carson Wentz. They can't just send him out there with Nelson Aguilar and
Yeah, exactly.
the garbage that he had this year. So I'm excited. I know you're excited about Brandon Marshall. What do you think about that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there you go. You're a receiver that has just replaced Victor Cruz.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I love Cruz and all, but that was a perfect signing by the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to get Brandon Marshall, now you look at this, because Brandon Marshall was the only player on the Jets this past year that did everything correctly.
Right.
But now you have Brandon Marshall, Odell Beckham Jr., that new rookie receiver that came last year. I forgot.
Shepard.
Shepard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Shepard. With all three of them on the field, Giants have the best offense.
They do, yeah.
The only thing that concerns me about their offense is Eli Manning.
You don't like Eli Manning?
No, I do. I love Eli Manning, but it's just he makes stupid plays sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, dude, what are you doing?
But I think he's going to have some weapons around him now.
Yeah, I think the Giants are gonna have a good year now.
Yeah, and I actually think that Brandon Marshall is going to be good for Odell Beckham. I think that, Odell kind of walks that fine line of being a head case and causing a problem, but he's so talented, you deal with it. But I think that Brandon Marshall, who was that when he was younger, and who I think has matured a lot, will actually be good for Odell.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Which doesn't make me happy because I don't like the Giants.
He hates the Giants because they're in the Eagles division.
Yeah, and they've won 3 Super Bowls since I've been alive, and the Eagles have won 0.
All right, but well, that's it, folks. Thank you guys for watching. Originally, we were supposed to do our show tomorrow, but no school because it's a snowstorm.
Yep. 18 to 20 inches.
Thank the Lord.
We did our snow dance. We get a day off tomorrow. Everyone be safe out there.
Yeah, be safe, you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and check back next week. We might have a guest next week.
Yeah, stay tuned. Have a good week.